Alrighty, what's up, guys? Okay, so, what I'm doing today is I'm bringing you a Madolche OTK deck format for January through beginning April of 2014. And I say beginning April because next deck format should be coming soon. It's, March right now, actually, and it's kind of late, I know, but I'm sorry. And it's basically pre-Primal Origin, post-Primal Origin. I'll show you after I'm done with this. This is a full-out explanation as well, so I'm going to try and get through it as fast as I can, as clearly as I can. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. In the description, I'll put a link to me showing you how to use this deck well. It's gonna be a video of me showing how this deck runs, and I'm going to do a little bit of an explanation along with it. Alrighty, so we're going to jump right in right here. We're going to start with our 3 Messengelato, Searcher for spells, traps. Most of the time you're going to go for Ticket, unless you need Chateau. Some plays you will need. I'll explain a little more in depth later. 3 Magis, Searcher of the Monsters. 3 Hootcakes, Summoner of the Monsters. Spell Strikers, Hootcake bait and effect is good, plus material for Invoker or Leviathan, whatever you feel like taking out, whatever the situation is. 3 Mews, 2 DDs, or Cardcar Ds, my bad. 1 Instant, 1 Rota, 1 Dark, 2 Pot of Dualities, 3 MST, 1 Book, 2 Ticket, 2 Chateau, 2 Palooza, 1 Bottomless, 2 Mirror, 1 Torrential, 1 Compuls, 3 Fiendish, and 1 Solemn. Alrighty, now I'm going to explain why I have all of these. Now, this is just main deck explanation. We'll go through side later, or side and extra. Alright, so the Messengelatos, as I said, are the Searcher for spell and traps, as long as you pull off his effect correctly. You fall into him, that's fine. You fall into Hootcake banish Spell Striker or Card, and in Gelato gets his effect off. Go into Invoker, go into another Messengelato, go into Tiramisu, and right there you have a Chateau, a Ticket, a Messengelato, an Invoker, or no, you have a Chateau, a Ticket, an Invoker, and a Tiramisu. And at this time you should have something in your grave that has the name Madolche in it, so you can take that out. Activate Tiramisu effect, because you have to have a target already in. You can target its material, same as the Redox. You can use it to bring back his material. However, you have to have a target already in grave. So Tiramisu, detach, take both out or one out, whatever you want. I go for both most of the time. Return 2 of their cards. Summon out with Ticket, another monster. If you haven't already used Hootcake's effect this time, use it. Take out a Hootcake, use it. Most of the time you will. If you already have, however, you're going to take out your 21 beater because you still have Chateau on the field. That way you have 21, 27, and a 16, plus a little bit of back row, hopefully. And that's how a play goes normally. There will be weird plays where you have to start off with horrible hands and you can turn them into great hands in no time. Instant fusion, most of the time I do pull them out a lot, actually. You could go into like one of these, something like that. Most of the time I go into Fusionist, however. And Fusionist is A, material for Invoker, B, bait for Hootcake, and just a ton of other shit that can blow up and do a huge play and you win first turn. Gem Knight is a 26 beater, goes over Evil Swarms, goes over Fire Fist sometimes, depending on if your effects are can't be destroyed, can detach to save your life. I know a lot of decks have that, actually, or they'll have back row, so just watch out. But he's a good card for Evil Swarms most of the time, especially over Ophion with those stupid pandemics. Fairy King for the minus points. That's why if you're pulling out Fairy King, make sure you have anything that's Earth. So that means these guys, this dude, and 2 of your 3s, these guys. Fairy King will make every other monster lose 500, anything that's not an Earth type, that is. Tiramisu is the boss card of the deck. Return 2 of your cards to the deck, or 2 of theirs. Chateau effect goes into effect. If it's one of them's a monster, you have the choice of adding them into your hand. Ticket effect will go off. Summon out another monster. Photon is good if your opponent is a set monster with low attack, and it becomes 600 less attack, and then you attack it and do damage. Diamond Eye for his pop effect. Plus, you have 6 other beasts in this deck, so you know. Steel Swarm, I keep forgetting to replace that with Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is good against Bujins and Mermails. You can't use graveyard effects, basically. Mace Stroke, detached to stop destruction, basically gotcha, except instead of you gaining attack, you get to set an opponent's face-up monster. Detach for 800 points of damage in defense position, and that's what all decks use him for. Do not use his attack position effect unless you absolutely know you can win with it. That's why everyone uses defense position effect. One Leviathan for 25. Leviair to bring back like a Spell Striker or whatever. Tempo for anything that's a big XC deck. I don't know how to say that. Like, guess you would use it against Fire Fist a lot to detach, so they lose theirs. And then if Tiger King doesn't have like Tenki or Tensu or anything that gives them attack on the field, it's a tie game and you can crash. MX for the Messengelato searches. You can even search Spell Striker. I say go into him unless you don't have any more. Then you would go into Spell Striker. DDs for Fire Fist, Evil Swarms. Fire Fist, Evil Swarms, especially Evil Swarms that run Dad. Constellars, Bujins, everything. Fire Fist, Constellars, Bujins won't work. Evil Swarms will work. Any deck. Encore for like, especially Mermails who can take out Big Eye or Draco. Then you're gonna use Encore, especially when they use their effects, so they don't get their effects. I mean, I guess it really doesn't make a difference because if they use the same name monster as a material, they both come back, but in a lower defense. So, yeah. So it's like, and if you do return, okay. So actually, the best thing to do is wait for an effect, because if you wait for Draco's effect to use effect, and it's just say you're ever running against Dragon decks, and they have a Redox and the Fire 1 Blaster, and they detach Blaster, and then you activate Encore, they can only take back Redoxes, any Redox they have in the grave, which most of the time they'll be banished anyways. You take back any Redox in the grave and bring it back with a 6, with a lower the level is reduced by 1. Cards cannot be activated in response to this card's activation, so that's good. And they have to be in face-up defense position. So, I mean, even Redox having 3,000 defense points, it's still a lower level and he can't use it as material. Double D Prison, it's really, really good. It's just a really, really good card, and I wouldn't run it because you have your Mirror Forces. You can always switch it out and run 1 Mirror Force and 1 D Prison, but I run 2 Mirrors because it destroys all monsters, not just the attacking monster. Double Over for Fire Fist, Triple Royal for anything heavy back row. You take out most of these, honestly. Just take out your back row and add in these as well. There you have 5 and 3 is 8, so take out most of these except your Palooza and a Fiendish or whatever. Light Swords. Yeah, Light Swords are actually coming back, by the way. Lights, Warrants, Constellars, Agents, Chaos, whatever. Chaos, Invectors, Evil Swarms. These are Shadowing and Light Imprisoning Mirrors. That's why I'm just naming out random decks. So you're going to run 2 Light, 1 Shadow, 3 Decree, 2 Overwork. You know, I'm just going to put this all in the description. Sorry for wasting more time. This is already a long explanation as is. And now we're going to head in the Madolche, and all you're going to see is 1 less Hootcake, 1 less Palooza, everything else is the same, and 2 Angeli. This is post or after April 2014, after Primal Origins, because in Primal Origins is coming Madolche Angeli, oh my god, the most douchiest card in the game, and I'm saying this because I love it, and it pisses so many people off. Mewtwo and Angeli, Tribute Angeli, take out Hootcake, Hootcake Angeli, Messengelato, Ticket, Spell Striker, you still have your Instant Fusion, you can still go into Tempo, you can go into Leviathan, Leviair. I would do Leviair because that way you can just take back Angeli, and then, wait until next turn, most likely. Like, I would wait until next turn, especially if I have a Spell Striker in hand. If I have 1 Spell Striker and my Instant Fusion, wait until next turn, pull off something if I still have room, instant, Spell Striker, overlay the Leviair, Angeli into Hootcake into another monster, and you used to have an endless cycle of returning and destroying and returning and destroying and returning and destroying, and you win. It's a really, really, really good card, and it's the douchiest card in the game that has not been released yet, but it will soon, April, so I'm excited about that. Alright, thanks for watching.